And we're back in the Peak District. I'm in a location I've never been before, and I'm not quite sure how to get there, so it's going to be an interesting one getting there. I'm shooting on the little Osmo just to make it very lightweight, and I've got the a small bag with a small camera and pretty much one lens really. So let's head way, and I'll tell you where I'm going once we get going. So we are back. I've got the little tiny microphone on, and like I say, I'm shooting with the Osmo, so hopefully everything's recording okay. I just wanted to be really lightweight today. I've got my K&F bag, I've got my big tripod, I've got my XT4, I've got my 16 to 80, and I've actually got the 55 to 200 as well, just in case. It was already in the bag, and that's pretty much all I've got. A bottle of water. Oh, and the wife, who's looking for somewhere to hide as usual. Where are we? Yeah, you want to know where we are. I'm going to a place called Chrome Hill, and I am testing this little microphone out as well at the same time. There's a little bit of wind, but we are out in the countryside. Look at this. What I actually wanted was a walk. All I wanted to do today, I've had a bit of a funny head. I probably spoke about coming off my happy pills in a few videos ago. I'm back on them again. My head wasn't right. I was getting angry with everything. I was getting miserable. I was getting down. Work's stressful. Work's not going quite as it wants to be. And just in general, I wasn't feeling me. So the good lady wife pretty much put me back on my drugs, which is fine. It's helping me cope with emotions and stuff. Yeah, but the plan, I wanted to walk, and I'd seen this from the car once, and I thought I'd look it up last night, look it up yesterday, and think where, you know, find it where it is. It's called Chrome Hill. Chrome Hill is the back one, and I think it's Park House Hill, something like that is the first one. I'll put the details up on the screen as I always do, and I'll also put a little map up for you as well, like I normally do as well. But yeah, we're right in the middle of the Peak District. Absolutely stunning, Derbyshire way. Quite a few people out. I can see many people up on the hill walking around, but it is a walk. But there are some good photographs to be had here apparently, and I can already see one already. I mean, look at those trees right in the middle there. Wouldn't they just make an absolutely stunning photograph, the trees and the two big rocky crags. Now these rocky crags are actually known, or they were formed as an alto, and I just had to look online last night and have a look and see what an alto was. And an alto is basically where a volcano had grown back in those days. It had come out the sea. This all used to be covered in the sea. This used to be a tropical sea, which is quite strange that you never think that, you know, England would be in a tropical sea, but yeah, this was in the middle of a tropical sea, and we're actually walking on the seabed pretty much. And what these are is where a volcano, and that was erupting, building layers and building layers, building layers. It pokes out through the top of the water and it causes a coral reef. And then the volcano, clever, aren't I? This has all come from the internet last night. The volcano then sinks into the ground again, or sinks into the land, and these are what's left sticking out above it. Something like that. But check it out. Look up Alto, A-L-T-A-T-O, I don't know. Forget the spelling. Well, I don't even know why I tried to spell that. Atoll, A-T-O-L-L. That's what it's called. Look it up. Very interesting. I watched 3 videos last night all about it. Very, very interesting. But that's where we're going. Up to the first one, maybe down the really steep part the other side, and then up to the top one. I just wanted to walk, but I will take a couple of record shots because there are a couple of amazing photographs to be had here in the right conditions. But today it's going to be a bit of a record. So we're ready for this.
That this is known locally as the Dragon's Back.
Yeah, this is known locally as the Dragon's Back. And you can obviously see why. Look at that for a formation. Absolutely amazing looking. Yeah, absolute Chrome Hill is the second one. Yeah. Like I was just saying, those trees there are stunning, aren't they? So I'm going to take a few record shots as I go around, pop them up for you. But yeah, that's our adventure for today. See you somewhere up the hill. So we are at the bottom of the hill now, and the gates are very, very small. We've had to cross the road that we drove up. So we've come from over, yeah, I'm lost now. Come from over that way somewhere, and walk down, come over the road, through all the gates, and we're just heading across the field. It's not the easily marked out place. So yeah, if you want to come here, do a little bit of research, because I looked for paths last night. It's a good job there's a few people around, so we've seen where they're walking. Otherwise I'd a little bit of lost, and I wouldn't have found this path, I don't think, if I hadn't seen the people, because I thought it was further up towards the farms. So yeah, we're at the bottom and it looks steep. Look at it. Small but steep. So as you can see, this is not an easy walk. We've not come far. There's a good lady wife there walking up, but this stuff here is really not easy to walk on. It's quite slippy, even though it's dryish, but the views, look at the views. Just look at this. And we're not even at the top yet. We've come from, in fact I can just about see the car. It's parked over there. So, you alright dear? Just about.
Try not to neck before pole.
Well, we're at the top, or top of the first one anyway. There's Chrome Hill. That's where we're heading. We'll go down this sketchy path now down the front here. There is one that goes down the grass, apparently, a bit of a zigzag, so we'll give that a try. Let's take our time and make it slow. I'm just going to jump up there, get myself a selfie, because you're not at the top until you're at the top, and then we're heading that direction. So yeah, not a bad walk so far. Got the blood pumping, got the heart going. You ready for the next bit? Well, now we're on the top, and we've got, if I'm careful, complete 360-degree views. How about that then? Woo! Just make sure I put my feet back on the floor and not on a bit that's underneath. So yeah, we're at the top. As you can see, just a little tad sketchy. Good job I don't suffer from vertigo or anything like that, innit? And Mrs. C's getting her camera out because she likes to get a selfie of me when I'm on the hills. Look at her down there. Right, so I'm not going to waffle on here because that's going to be the biggest challenge, getting up there. But I will take a photograph from here because you've got proper dragon's back. It looks really, really cool. Just look at the way it just slopes down there and goes back up the other side. Absolutely fantastic. Right, let's oh, you're not in camera. I'm not in camera. Hello, where am I? You can tell I'm back on this little thing, can't you? There you are. Right, I'm going to shut up. See you on the other side. No, don't go that way. Come this way. That's steep and slippy that way. But this way he's got more. This way he's got more steps on it. Well, we're on our way down, and I'm not going to lie, it's a bit sketchy in places. Can you see Mrs. C up there? I can't spin the camera around, can I? Let's see if I can spin the camera around a little bit for you. Let's have a look. Where are we? She's there somewhere. She's got off her bum now. She's come down half of it on her bum. But it's sketchy. It's proper sketchy. There's not any footing as such. Each of the slopes are a bit slippy and slidey. They're not actually slippy, but they're not grippy. Let's put it that way.
I hate rocks.
So yeah, and she's not favourable on rocks, is she? We've not got far to go though. We've only got to get down this little bit down here, and then we can start making our way back up the other side. Yay! Walking the Dragon's Back, and there's a nice flatter path just below us. We've got this ridge path, which is not quite as flat but a lot more exciting. The tree that is photographed from this area is just up in front of me. If I spin you around, you'll see it. This one just there. So that's where you get your classic photograph looking back when the conditions are right. Anyway, I'm not sure the conditions are going to be just right. We've taken a few shots, as you've seen. I've been popping them up as we've been walking down and scrambling down the other side, and all handheld. Got a good image stabilizer in the X-T4 and the lens, so that should be fine. It should be sharp enough. All we've got to do now is wait for the wife. Oh, she's there. She's coming. So we're going to make our way up the hill. I won't be talking to you while I'm walking up because I can't breathe and talk at the same time, and this is going to get quite steep coming up this way. So I'll speak to you when we get up to that tree. Just stood underneath that tree now, and it's a welcoming bit of shade. It's a bit cooler underneath this tree. It's just trying to spit with rain a little bit at the moment. So we're just going to hang on here for a couple of minutes just to see if the rain does come in. If it does, we can put our waterproofs on. That's going to be hot and sweaty climbing up there, but waterproofs, that's for sure.
No point getting absolutely drenched for no reason, is there?
I think we are.
As you can see, it's raining behind us, so we are held up under the tree, but we're not alone. There's a few people here all held up underneath this one particular tree, because after that there's not a lot going up the hill. We put our waterproofs on, but I don't fancy walking up the hill with the waterproofs on, but we might have to, because one way or another I'm going up there even if it turns to thunderstorms today, because I'm here. So I'll speak to you when it's a bit drier, because this little Osmo is not very good in the rain. As you can see, the rain is right over there in the distance. I think that's the rain that passed us a little while ago. We just made our way up from the tree at the bottom. You can see Mrs. C down here. She's making her way up in small sections, but I think that rain is going that direction, or at least I hope it is anyway. I'm going to make my way up to the next little bit of a ridge. You've got these little false summits as you come up. That was my first little false summit, and then this will be the next one. But each time you get there, of course, you're getting a bit closer, and the views are getting amazing, absolutely amazing. Definitely out of breath, definitely hard work, hard going uphill. And these rocks now, I mentioned they were slippy earlier on, now they've got a bit of water on them. They are extremely slippy, but it's grass as well. So we've got grass, mud, slippy grass, slippy mud, and slippy rocks to contend with. And you get to the top of this one here, and we've got another full summit. Oh, what exhilarating. It's good getting your heart pumping, heart rate up, the air through your lungs. Oh, just check out the view though when you get to here, the next fourth summit. But we're getting closer each time. Look at the view. Whew. And that's something else. And to think this was the bottom, this was the bottom of a tropical sea, and this was like a coral bank. You'd probably find fossils if you dug deep enough. I won't be digging today though. Guess who's just caught in all the rain. We're at the top. That full summit that I said was a full summit wasn't a full summit. We are actually at the top, and I'm now stood on the highest point on this dragon's back, as they say. Look at it just down there. How amazing is that? To think this was all a coral bed once upon a time. But these rocks, I am not kidding you, these are probably the slippiest rocks I've ever had to stand. They are lethal. I will not be taking any risks, not getting near the edge at all. Don't think the insurance covers me slipping on some rocks off the edge of a cliff. Hopefully the volume's okay. It seems to be working alright, but I've only got a little tiny microphone and there's a bit of a wind blowing now, but we have just been caught in a storm and it's got to chill. But this side we've got blue skies, blue skies. So it's coming across the land, so I'm going to get the tripod out. I'm hoping that all that rain and horrible stuff's going to set over there in the valley and leave some light hitting this side, and we'll have the two contrast between the two. I think that's going to look pretty awesome. So I'm going to get the tripod out and take an actual tripod shot. I've already taken a couple of snaps handheld. Say snaps, they're not snaps really. They're educated camera shots. F11, focused a third of the way into the image, using my leading lines from either left or right, and leading through the image with key things on the thirds, like Parkhouse Hill, whatever it's called, Parker's Hill. Use that on the thirds. It goes further down the hill. The same as you've seen the images, you see everything's based on the thirds. I know a lot of people say breaking the rules and all that sort of stuff, but you know me, I like to use those rules because those rules were put in place once upon a time for a reason, and even artists and painters still use those rules. So breaking the rules is great when there's a reason to break them. Otherwise, fundamental building blocks of photography and photographs and pictures in general. But that is well moody over there. That's what we've just been in. It was a bit chilly and a bit wet, but it looks good. Over that way, skies are blue. We've got nice colours on the hills and stuff like that, and it's coming this direction, so we should be all right. It's virtually blue above my head. You can see Denise sat down here. She sat down here, covered in waterproof, sheltering from the wind and that. It's not overly windy, but there is a breeze, and it's a chilly breeze. Proper, when you get damp, it's pretty chilly. So yeah, I'll get the camera out in a moment and I'll talk you through at least one decent photograph. It's going to be from up here on the rocks where I've just stood. This is the foreground, that is the backbone leading through the image, and that leading down into that moody, miserable, damp, rainy stuff down there in the distance. So that's the image I'm going to set up. Hopefully I can get a little bit of light on it. You never know. At least if I get it on the tripod, I don't have to move it, and I might be able to do a bit of time blending, so I can keep all that in there and then get a bit of light on it and paint that in the foreground. That might be an interesting way of doing it. As I promised, I've got the camera out and we've got some absolutely fantastic light. We've got really proper clouds in the sky. I mean, these are, you know, they're quite dark in the background, proper full clouds, and the light's coming from our right hand side and coming across the top of the hill, so it's casting shadows across. You've got shadows on the trees, you've got shadows on the rocks. The contrast and formation is absolutely fantastic. I've had the camera out several times. I've just been a little bit further over to my right, only a couple of foot, I've done a couple of panoramics, and I've tried to get them with the light in different positions as it was moving through. Just the light down in the valley looks really, really nice, and then the light up on there on the top. And I've used the ridge line, as you can see there, I've used this ridge line going all the way out. And yes, I'm quite close to the edge again. I did say I wasn't going to be, but I've got a bit of grass underneath my foot. If I could just step down there, it's a bit better. I'm better now. But yeah, I've got another shot set up, and I'm going to pop it over onto video for you so you can actually see what it is I'm looking at. And what I'll try and do is try and explain. I need to step back up again so I can see in the viewfinder. Right, let me hit record and come on, and I'll show you what I'm trying to do. So I'm looking at this ridge line here. As you can see, it runs all the way down and over that backbone of Parkhouse Hill. And I've put this piece on the right hand side because I like the difference between this rock in the foreground and the distance. It sort of makes it look like we're up on a ridge. And then we've got the lovely shadows that I had down there just now when the light was casting on it. We've got this nice tree, which is a bit of a key down in the bottom left hand corner. Then the wall comes up, and you've got this nice ridge line there, and it follows it all the way down. It goes over this nice scaly dragon's back, and then up into the background where you've got these beautiful clouds finishing it off, and a bit of moody weather somewhere over in the background there. So that makes a really nice shot. And the pano was shot right the way across there as well, and it looks pretty good. The light was pretty fantastic. So hopefully that is going to be a pretty nice shot from up here. I'm going to get one of the tree. I'm going to get further back down as well. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that, considering we got wet and we watched the weather coming right over, and we stood here and we actually waited for the light to come because we could see the blue sky was coming. So eventually it was going to come over and kiss the side of this hill, and it really did. And Denise has got the biscuits out. Look at that, perfect. So we're gonna have a biscuit and a drop of water and just hang around here for 5 minutes. We've got nowhere to go, so we're in no rush to go anywhere. So we can just hang around here, sit down, maybe put my warm coat on, keep nice and warm. But definitely going to go down to the tree. The tree is actually down there in the distance there in the bottom of the valley. We're going to make our way back down off the top of this hill, and I think there's a cave there as well. I think just behind me, I think there's a cave just down there. I'm not sure if I'm going to make my way down to the cave. Not this time, maybe next time. I'll make my way down to the cave and have a look in there. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this little video. It's pretty good. There's some smoke going on behind us, but the views up here are stunning. So this is Chrome Hill, and it's not for the faint-hearted. I'm going to promise you that. You know, you've got to be pretty good on your feet. It's quite slippy and steep. So yeah, unless you, don't know why, but the video stopped recording then. L something, the name of the town, the little village. So I'll tell you what it is. You park there and you walk over the first hill, come up the backbone of the next hill. You can actually walk around that one if you want, and then make your way up here. So I'm going to come back for a sunrise. Definitely going to come back for a sunrise sometime in October, when we should get a little bit of mist in this valley. Wow, that would be absolutely astonishing. And yeah, I quite fancy doing a sunrise here. I think it'd be pretty awesome. Right, I'll speak to you a little bit later on to check out. Enjoy these couple of images. Gonna have a biscuit before she stuffs them all down. Look at, she's eating a lot of them. And yeah, I'll speak to you in a little while. We've got the camera set up just one last time just before we go back to the car and make our way home. We come back down to the tree. I'm going to spin you around and show you what we're doing. There's the tree, there's Parkhouse Hill, we're on Chrome Hill. That's the classic shot, and it's a stunning photograph, it really is. I'm just going to take another one because there were some people underneath it just now, and it just makes it easier to clone out when I haven't got people in it. I've only got a couple of % left on my battery, so if I disappear, I'm going to say thanks for watching now, and yeah, see you next time. But right, what am I doing? I'm going to switch this over quickly onto video mode and show you what the actual composition is. Right, what have I got? I've got this tree slightly over to my left hand side, and I've got the mountain or the hillside up in this top right hand side. This is on the third line. This is just off the third line and just off the center. I've got this lovely path leading you down, all the way down through, goes down to the tree, and it carries on along the ridge there, all the way down and over the Dragon's Back that way. The light, as you can see, the light's in different places. There's a pocket of light here and a pocket of light there, so I could take an image for that, take an image for that, and I could take an image when it's on the tree, I could take an image when there's one up there, and I can blend them all in afterwards, but I'm probably not going to do that because we'll be here for a while. But yeah, that's what I'm doing on that shot. And I've also taken another one a little bit further over, and why I'm doing that, while I'm talking to you, I'm just going to hit the button anyway, because like I say, I'll get those pockets of light in those different places, and then when we get the light coming down over the top of that ridge there, we'll get those nice shadows coming down the far side as well. So that's the idea. Take several different shots. I'm bracketing them again. I don't think I need to bracket them, but I'm bracketing them anyway, and then I'll blend them all in like I did on a previous video, time blending, where I actually blend all the little pockets of light. The light now is right over in the distance on the far hill, so it looks pretty good over there, and I'll blend these little pockets of light in to where I like the actual image to float and where I think they're going to look best. So now it's right on the front there. You can see it's right on the front of the hillside there, just there, and I'm going to wait for it to go further across. When it hits the top of the hillside, I'll take another one, just moving across now. And I don't want to have it all in light. I like the idea of having these dark and light shadowy patches. That's what's so good about skies like this, where the sky is moving and taking the light with it. So yeah, a really nice composition. Can't wait for that tree to be in the nice golden colours, and I think I might come back over and take this because I think that's a really classic shot. I've also found out that I could probably spend the night down on the hillside there in the camper, which would be pretty good when I get my van back, when it's fixed, that is. So anyway, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Hopefully you've picked something up out of this video, whether it's just a location or whether there's a little bit of a hint and tip on how to let the flow through the image. But yeah, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say thanks for watching. The wife's down here shooting as well. Look, there she is. She's taking shots as well, so I'll stick a couple of hers up just to make sure she gets her pictures online as well. And yeah, till next time, please don't forget, like and subscribe. We're not always walking, sometimes we're just out taking pictures, but today was about the walk more than the photographs. And until next time, ciao for now. Thanks for watching. See you soon.